vlog. Today I'm taking you guys through a pretty realistic, typical workday in my life as a Catholic and as a mental health therapist. So I am at a midpoint right now. I just wrapped up about 2.5 hours worth of work. So I met with 2 clients, and then in between those 2 clients I had a 15-minute break. I like to give myself a 15-minute break between clients towards like the second half of the week, just because the first half of the week I like to really just go for it and do a lot more clients like back to back directly, just because I have more energy coming off of the weekend, to be honest. But by the end of the week, sometimes I just need that extra buffer between my sessions. Now I'm on a longer break, which is about an hour and a half or so, which is kind of like my lunch break basically at this point. And then I will see another client. So today we have 3 clients. And during this break time, I always try to be strategic with what I do. I'm very grateful to work from home most days out of the week. So when I get a little bit of free time, I'm able to tackle some things on my to-do list. But I will say, I try not to go too crazy with what I do in that free time between clients, just because I don't like to get too out of the therapist mindset. I think now that I've been working as a therapist for well over a year now, it's easier for me to go from seeing a client to doing something at home to seeing another client. But I try to keep those things that I do in between not super brainy, if that makes sense, like things that don't require a ton of brain work. Just because when my brain goes down one rabbit hole, for example, like the wedding planning stuff, then it can be a little tricky when it gets closer to seeing a client, kind of transitioning out of thinking about my wedding. What I do within these little breaks is kind of light work. For example, if I have a couple light things I can do in the wedding department, then I might do them. Or I will do a workout, I'll try to move my body depending on how much time I have. And depending on if I didn't work out earlier in the day, which as you guys saw, today I was able to sneak in a really fabulous and very sweaty bar workout this morning. So I'm feeling pretty good. That was like a 45-minute. Something that I would love to get done is some laundry. I have got a big load of laundry, and I definitely am running out of some of my kind of go-to clothing items, especially for like work tops and things, and workout clothes too. While my laundry is going, which is about 35 minutes in the wash before we transfer over, I want to do a quick fit check for you, so I'll show you guys. I feel like I'm so washed out. I'm almost like just in this radiance right now, especially with my top blending in with it. But hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit. Maybe not. Oh boy. Let's readjust that. Hopefully. So this top here, I don't know if you can see the detailing so well. It has little birds and little plants, textured detailing on it. But I love, love, love the shirt. It's very light and flowy, and it's actually a tunic, so it's very long and goes down, you can see, little tunic. And underneath the tunic, I'm wearing, as you can see, these little kind of tannish beige leggings underneath. And that's the look of the day, guys. I love to wear light stuff like this in the summer, and I always look forward to this time of the year for that reason. Just getting to wear like linen-y things and light flowy things, which I love so much. to work. My laundry is going, it's in the wash, it's gonna be ready in just a few minutes. I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about the role that my faith has played in navigating burnout in this profession. Having faith is so crucial in this field. One major reason is that our faith gives us the strength to tackle each new day, right? So we don't know what's gonna happen throughout the day, especially as a therapist, but alongside that too, we're not perfect people. And sometimes in the therapy counseling field, we can kind of take on this feeling of needing to save people, so like the savior complex, and we can put a lot of pressure on ourselves as therapists to be the absolute best we can possibly be so that our client is able to reach their goals, which ultimately was something I had to come to terms with, that I know this logically, you know, but I am not my client's saviors. There's only one savior, as we know. Taking time to pray every day, to remind myself of that, to remember that ultimately I do what I can with my human knowledge and ability and the clinical skills I've been given through my schooling. I do what I can with those things to be able to help my clients when I meet with them. But ultimately it is up to the client to make those decisions, right? They have free will, depends on their level of motivation or their level of readiness to move forward to achieve certain desires or goals in their life. And beyond that still is the role that God plays. He is my number one assistant, right? Like he leads me in my work as a therapist every day in the morning, like when I'm praying in the morning and sometimes even right before I'll meet with a client, I'll just pray a little bit and ask for some assistance, that God help me to have the right words, that God help me to surrender and not take myself too seriously, you know, to be effective and to be the best therapist I can be, but to also not put so much pressure on myself to fix, right, or solve for the client, that ultimately God has the final say. And so what he wants to have happen during that hour session that I meet with a client, he's gonna make happen. So it just takes a lot of pressure off of me. Again, still knowing that I'm putting my best foot forward, but also remembering that at the end of the day, God is going to have happen what he determines will happen. So yeah, ultimately guys, that is my little spiel. God's will be done at the end of the day. As a therapist, we have the honor and the privilege of walking with people through situations that they're in, helping to guide them towards a good, abundant life. It's just a real blessing. Having the faith that we do takes the pressure off of us as the clinicians. We strive to be the best clinicians that we can be, but we also recognize that God is in control and that he will help us. He will provide for us the words that we need within that hour. He will do what he needs to do, and ultimately, right, he is with our clients all the time. So even when we cannot be with them, right, even when that hour is up for the session for the week, we can kind of put our hands up in a way, right? We can say, okay, God, do what you need to do with that hour we just spent together. Use that how you need to, and please just help my client. I think my laundry is ready to be moved over to the dryer, so I'm going to do that, and then it will be time to start transitioning into my last session of the day.
Whoa! What is going on?
What's happening?
High intensity videography.
There.